Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. That is me, along with Barry the Boater and Mike the Mariner rounding out the crew at the moment as we attempt to navigate the latest boating news and information on this Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully you're making the best of it, celebrating the kickoff to summer and, reflecting on the folks that had made the freedom that we enjoy week in and week out every day, giving them a little tip of the hat as well on Memorial Day. But first, out of the box, we got to go straight to Mike the Mariner, who is out on the water, braving the crowds in Florida. Where are you exactly, Mike? What do you think? Well,
we're approaching Lake Dexter.
Lake Dexter. Okay, his signal is a little slow. That's fine. But Lake Dexter.
About 50 miles.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're approaching Lake Dexter, which then after that we'll hit Castor, and then we'll cross the port and head over to.
Okay. All right. And we're already losing Mike the Mariner, so let's let him kind of cruise to a better cell zone because he's connected via the web, and he's at the limitations of whatever internet access he has as he traverses Florida waterways, but he thinks he's going to get in a better cell coverage here in a little bit. So just kind of hang back there a little bit, Mike, and we'll come back to you when hopefully you have a little bit better service. But he's out in, he's out in the Florida waterways doing what you do on a Memorial Day weekend, which is boat. Unlike Barry the Boater, which he likes to go against the grain, right, Barry?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, he's going around the dark side of the moon. We got to wait till we get acquisition of signal again from
Well,
him.
you got to get off the beaten path a little bit there, away from all the boat traffic. And that also means you might not have as good a cell service.
From the video that we saw, it looks gorgeous. I don't see any boats out there bothering him. But,
exactly.
Down here, it's a whole different story.
What do you mean? It's beautiful there, isn't it?
It is. It's gorgeous. And as far as the first day of summer or the unofficial start, it's been summer for the last month and a half.
Well, that's true. It's a little on the warm side. There ain't no doubt about that. I was down in the Florida Keys earlier in the week, and I think it was, Sunday? After the show, I was down there, and I felt like we were melting. It was, like, really, really warm. I was like, man, it's like the dead of summer in Florida already. And,
it felt like August.
Exactly, which is muggy and, mosquitoes, the whole thing. Actually, but it was just for a while. It was just a little muggy. But the next day, it was fine. Cooled off, got some clouds. Got blown out of our dive plans. But the next day, it was right back to it, and we had a spectacular day on Tuesday down in the Florida Keys. And that's kind of what we got today. It's bright. It's sunny. It looks beautiful. It's a little on the warm side. But, hey, you're out on the water. You get the cool ocean breeze going. You're good to go, with the exception of Barry the Boater, who decided to go boating in his garage. Well, out on the driveway, or what are you doing?
I'm going to pull the boat out tomorrow and check all the systems and fire up the engine and let it run for half an hour, make sure everything is good.
Wow.
No leaks, nothing wrong. Hey, look, there's Greg.
Look at
Greg is
all right, so Mike the Mariner, we can't really talk to him because he has bad cell coverage, but he does have the video up on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch, and he brought along for his Memorial Day weekend boating excursion Greg on a stick.
Greg on a stick. Yep, I brought Greg out too.
Oh, geez. I like the look of Mike the Mariner's better because I'm out on the water enjoying, and evidently I'm dancing. So
he's happy to have you out there.
Well,
he needs someone to clean the head.
That is slightly disturbing, and we apologize to anybody who can see this on Facebook Live.
It is.
YouTube,
it is a
Twitch.
beautiful day. It's a beautiful weekend for boating.
Right, but you're not out on the water, Barry. You're leaving it to the amateurs, like Mike. Is that what you're trying to say? Because you don't want to battle the crowds like him?
Yeah, it's Mike is in a specific area that is not nearly as crowded as Miami is, and
Yeah.
and we can discuss some of the issues that they've had down here and what they're trying to do to curtail some of those issues.
Well,
but
All right. Well, we'll get
yeah,
to
I'm
that.
going out.
I think we
out.
ought to just go right back to Mike because I think his
You
signal
think you got him now?
has
Okay.
come in a little bit better, and he needs to probably
He
voice
probably
his.
stuck the Greg on a stick. Probably stuck it on the antenna.
Well, he's probably wanting the opportunity to basically tell you to suck it, loser. Why aren't you out on the water? And he is. But
Nope, he froze up.
as I did that, he just froze. I don't know, Mike. Are you with us? There he is. Yeah. Are you listening to this nonsense? Should Barry the boater
back.
should Barry the boater be out on the water like you today, or is he
Of
just a?
course, everybody should be on the water.
Yes, life is better
Oh,
on a boat. Come on
yeah,
now,
but-
Barry.
Oh, his life. Let's see. I need to go just dock the boat, tie off the lines,
Well-
wash it down a little bit,
Well,
and
look,
go home.
Mike is, he has his boat in a marina in Sanford, Florida.
Yeah.
And all you got to do, you got to battle the crowds a little bit in the morning to get the boat out of the marina, but then you just putz off into the middle of nowhere or find a waterway like you are now, and you're good to go. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. The busiest part of the river is probably between Sanford and DeLand. That's where what we call the Redneck Riviera is. It's a beach where everybody goes and takes their boats.
right.
There were about probably 75 boats there today. Past earlier.
Okay.
So pretty busy day on the river. But where we are now is between DeLand and Astor, and it's much less traveled part of the river.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then-
I mean,
then we're
he-
going to cross Lake George.
He showed us the
second
view,
largest lake.
or he showed me or Greg on a stick the view, and I didn't see any boats in front of you. I mean, so even if you see them, they're just fairly spaced out where you are at the moment, then, huh?
Right. This part of the river is not as well traveled. But,
Yeah.
We're going to be crossing Lake George here shortly, which is the second largest lake in Florida. Almost an inland sea.
Right.
The Manatee right there.
Okay. Manatee,
Passing a
nature
manatee.
speed bump. Gotcha.
Yep.
And I saw you have a lookout carefully guiding you through these waters.
We do. Yeah, and she's really well equipped with
Oh, there you go.
Look at that. Yes.
U.S. Navy issue binoculars.
Oh, that's a professional lookout
Yes.
if I've ever
She's
seen
got
one.
her eyes peeled.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, what is the mission then, Mike? Where you guys headed exactly? What is the goal?
We're going to a resort marina called Renegades on the River. Has the best pizza I think we've ever had. They have a huge pizza oven
Nice.
and great music, great restaurant, nice marina. It's also an RV park and very well kept. It's almost like going to Disney. They just really the whole place is just meticulously maintained. And,
All right.
just great people, great place to go on a boat or RV or.
Well, it's a good
Yeah.
day to be Mike the Mariner. Was what it sounds like to me. So the plan was you left your Sanford Marina, and get to this location. How long you figure it was going to take you? What did you plan for? We cut out. What do you think? What do you think he said? What is your guess?
I think he said about 3 hours to get there.
Is that what it was, Mike? 3 hours?
No, it's about 5.5 hours.
Oh.
5.5 hours.
All right. Well, so you're overnighting there for a day or two. Is that the deal? I assume. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we're staying 2 nights and then coming back.
Did you
Well-
bring the Craig cat with you?
Of course. That's his dinghy. His little Craig cat for the two of them.
No,
What? No. You don't
no
have
dinghy.
it.
actually, we didn't bring it. We had too many other logistics. We had, Yeti coolers full of food and
Yeah.
clothes.
Yeti cooler is way more
everything else.
important.
So we just
Right.
decided
I
to
gotcha.
keep
All
All right. Well, he's starting to fade out again because he's, traversing Florida waterways. But it sounds like he's having the best Memorial Day weekend a boater can have. And that's what you do to be out on the water. Hopefully you're doing that too. Or I don't know, maybe you're like Barry the boater and you just you decided, well, I'm not going to go out on the water. I'm going to just take my boat out of the garage and into the driveway and get her ready. So we'll talk about that and maybe check into some more or with some more Memorial Day boaters next on the World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Even Keatley wasn't ready for me, or anything that followed. Chased by a police department, led by his ex-girlfriend, and hunted by brain fork-wielding Fijian assassins, it's everything he can do to keep from getting locked up, killed, or worse. Kava Screw is available as an ebook for $2.99 at Amazon.com. Kava Screw. Put a brain fork in him. He's done.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Welcome aboard. I will be your captain. You'll be my scallywags. I don't know what that means, but you will be them. And here's how we play.
Thank you for your attention and welcome aboard.
Let's go.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Barry the boater. Mike the mariner still hanging with us as long as his cell signal will suffice. We'll see. He's traversing the waterways of Florida on this Memorial Day weekend. Barry is not. He's doing exactly the opposite of what every other boater should do, I think. Because you decided to take the long weekend, not take the boat out on the water, but just take it out of the garage and into the onto the driveway and just look at it for the weekend. What are you doing exactly, Barry?
I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna check the oil in the lower unit. I'm gonna check.
Wait, are you gonna check the oil or are you gonna smell it?
No. Well, you can smell the oil because it's the same oil that you find in the gear lube.
Differential. But last week you were talking about how you smell gas and you can tell the difference between bad and good gas. Can you smell good oil and bad oil?
Yeah. It'll have a rancid smell. Transmission fluid is really good at that. Normally, your transmission fluid is red.
Yeah.
But if it is brownish and it smells burned, most likely you have a problem.
So you're going to really put the old snaz to the test this weekend.
Absolutely. It's one of the many senses you need to really check out a boat. Your sense of smell, your sense of hearing, to hear any strange noises.
Yeah.
I heard a strange noise in the truck about 6-8 months ago.
And then that was followed by a rancid smell?
No. The strange noise had to do with a bad wheel bearing.
Oh.
It's something you could hear and something you could feel. So those are the things you need. I'm going to check out the boat, make sure she's good. I'm going to start the engine, have the muffs on it so we're running water through it.
Yeah.
Check tire pressures. I already changed the battery in it. Check all the electronics, make sure everything is lighting up and working, make sure everything is lubricated.
Yeah.
And get it ready because I plan on, at this point in time, depending on the weather, Wednesday morning.
After the crowds, you're going to let the crowds.
After the crowds have left and, they managed to pull all the bodies out of the water and get rid of all the derelict boats.
Yeah.
I plan on going out and burning off a lot of fuel because there's a lot of old fuel in this boat.
Yeah, but you should have done this a while ago. You didn't have to wait till Memorial Day weekend to do it.
No, I didn't. It's just a matter of getting things done.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something to do on the weekend on Saturdays, for example, I got this guy that has all these radio shows that I'm on.
Right.
And, so that takes my Saturday away. And then Sunday is doing work around the house.
Well, I would have given you a pass today. You could have come up to Sanford, Florida, and tag teamed Mike the Mariner. And,
yeah.
Yeah, and
I could
just punch behind him, and then he could lead the way.
Hey, Mike, can I leave my my truck and trailer there for more than one day, or do they have a 24-hour limit?
Well, they got parking available there by the marina.
Yeah, but not all. For example, the marina that I go out of, John U. Lloyd, which has a different name now.
Right.
You have to have your vehicle out by, I think, certain time at night, 9 o'clock.
Well, Mike, before you answer that question, just remember we're talking about Barry. So if you want to lie and say no, feel free to take that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I actually couldn't hear the question. What was the question?
He wanted to know if he could trailer his boat up there and then take it out and putz behind you and then leave his car there at the marina for overnight parking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wrong answer.
Okay.
Wrong
that's
answer.
good. Thank you. Oh, sure. No, there are more the private marinas, I think, do that. This is a public marina, the one that I go out of.
Yeah.
And they close down the park. So, but yeah, there's a place called Harbor Town. It's not far from where I launch from, and I've left the boat there, the trailer and the truck there for the weekend and gone out boat camping.
Well, they'll charge you. I mean, I would imagine.
I don't care if they charge me. That's okay, as long as when I come back, I still have a truck and trailer there.
Well, yeah.
With all the parts that were there when I left, you know.
Well,
not on blocks.
You're talking about coming up to Sanford, Florida, Central Florida as opposed to South Florida. Big difference, Barry. We don't have quite the same level
crime
of
rate
issues.
Here? Okay.
I don't think. Not
That's
quite
good
as
to
bad.
know.
But yeah, would you tolerate him if he wanted to take his little 17-footer behind you in his center console and say, hey, I know that guy up in front of me? Would that annoy the crap out of you, or would you accept that, Mike? What do you think?
I would accept it. Hey, we accept all boaters.
All right. There you go.
There he is.
Equal opportunity boaters.
But you are docking at an expensive marina with it, and you're going to be staying in a hotel room and all that?
Or will you stay on the boat?
No, we're going to stay on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the marina we're going to isn't expensive. It's a resort marina, but it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Really nice, though.
There you go.
Okay.
Great restaurant. Yeah.
Barry,
maybe
you take your little 17 foot.
Yeah,
you just take a sleeping bag.
17, young man.
Oh, did I say 15? Yeah, 17. Yeah. Well, you got 2 extra feet on the bow.
Thank you.
And you can just take a sleeping bag, sleep under the stars.
I do that.
I know. I'm telling you what you could do. You could have done, but you didn't plan accordingly.
I had to take care of the truck. Yeah. As I said, I had work to do on that. Make sure that the truck is ready to tow the boat, and then I had to check the boat out.
Yeah.
I may have a Seatone membership, but I never want to have to use it.
Well, I hope not. Yeah, but that's the whole idea with doing your little maintenance checkup today.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when you get off, you're going to do it tomorrow. How long do you figure that's going to take you to run through?
A couple hours.
And that's it? And then after that, you'll be good to go for.
I know that the hubs on my trailer are good because they're oil bathed hubs, and you could actually see the oil in there and the level. The tires, I know they need some air because they're low. The engine, as I said, to change or to check the lower unit oil as easy as unplugging it.
Right.
And just stick your finger in there and make sure the oil is clear.
Yeah.
And not doesn't look like
a
chocolate
little, shake. Preview of what you got planned. Are you going to head out to the marina tonight after the show and watch the boat docking Olympics show that's going to be going on this weekend? You.
Me?
Yeah.
It would be nice to go down to the ramps and just sit there, but
enjoy
it's also going to be.
Yeah.
We're in a heat advisory tomorrow, so 96 degree plus.
Well, that's why I say you go sit there and do evening when it cools off.
Every other person
sunset.
in the world is going to be at this park because there's a long beach.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They have
it's boat docking Olympics show tonight. Well, did you have any? Did you have a lot of crowd there this morning when you guys launched out of Sanford, Mike? Or was it fairly calm? You left pretty early?
Well, we didn't see a lot of boats. We didn't see a lot of boats on the.
Yeah.
We didn't see a lot of boats on the river, but when we passed the Redneck Riviera beach area, there were probably 75 boats there.
Yeah.
So people got out early, and they're enjoying the river.
Well, there you go. I mean, and that's the thing. It's where the bottleneck is where the show takes place, and that's when I say show, that means you need to be in a lawn chair on the
with a cooler
on the beach there, or on the
and a camera.
dock. Yeah, exactly, and just kicking back with a cocktail or whatever if you're not boating. And enjoying the show, because that's when it'll actually mostly happen this evening and tomorrow evening. Wouldn't you agree, Barry? That's when the really crazy stuff could happen.
And when it's really getting sketchy there, when you see more than one Florida Marine Patrol officer there,
right?
Just there, standing, watching everything,
watching and videotaping, and like I said, just kick back with a beer or something. That's a big time party on a Memorial Day weekend. It's just what you can do. More coming up. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 PSI left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Look! Here comes a boat! Really? Oh, it's about time!
On this boat, we'll sail away tonight. And on this boat, confess that you were right.
This is the World of Boating. Gregor First Mate, Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner, rounding out the crew on this Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully you're making the best of it. Mike the Mariner is. He basically can tell Barry and I to suck at losers, and I wouldn't blame him one bit. I'm not boating this weekend, but I was boating the other day, so that counts for something. I was out on a boat. I mean, man, down in the Florida Keys, the conditions on Tuesday, and it probably applies today too, were just spectacular. I mean, we had just flat, calm seas. It was almost like looking out over the top of a pool, right?
Yeah.
And great visibility for diving. We went out on a dive boat there in Tavernier, Caps Lakes Atlantis Dive Center. I just had one of the best Keys dives I've ever done, and I've been doing it for like 30 years. And it's just so nice to have that experience. Just down the road from us in Orlando. I mean, Barry was tempted, but he didn't go. He should have. You should have hung, buddy.
Well, yeah, I had work to do the next day. I could not afford to take that time off.
Oh, that's a four-letter word. You're not allowed to say that.
Well, someone's got to make
off
some
the
money.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I told you the weather was going to be nice as soon as that front passed and all that weather, that nastiness.
Well, just you want to go boating in the Florida Keys and the weather's crappy, just wait till tomorrow. Because it varies so much. I mean, it was funny. Monday would have been terrible, and Tuesday was spectacular. I mean, just one day difference. And it just blew through the Keys. We had some storms come in, and they were blowing pretty good, whipping up the seas and stuff. But, man, Tuesday was spectacular. I was like, whoa.
Well,
awesome.
if you gone out Monday morning, early.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to go out early.
No.
It was Sunday morning.
Sunday morning. That was the plan initially, but one of the people in our crew overslept. It wasn't me.
I know.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
I know.
But regardless, it is what it is. But yeah.
And it is beautiful. But, some things have changed down here in Miami.
What, how so? What do you mean?
Well, we have these different little islands out there in Biscayne Bay where every weekend they get full of boats. People go out there and they have their barbecues and swim and play and all that. But the problem they're having is they are not packing up their garbage and taking it with them. Mm-hmm. So there have been news reports over this problem over and over again. And the city went out and put up signs that said, pack away your garbage, take it back with you. People weren't doing that. Now they've removed the garbage cans and told people, pack away your stuff. You're not going to be able to leave it here. So what they're doing now is just leaving their garbage on the island. So what they've done for this weekend, they've closed the islands. There are 4 islands that the city of Miami is closing. They are Osprey Island, Morningside Island, Pace Picnic Island, and Willis Island. And if you go out there and you try to beach your boat on that island, they will have officers there that will be glad to arrest you. And they will take you away. Yeah. Because there's just no reason for it. Now, Miami Beach is also closing one island called the Flagler Monument Island. I've gone by that before. It has a big 80-foot tower in the middle of it to celebrate Mr. Flagler, who really brought Miami, gave life to Miami.
Right. The train
they're closing
and all that.
Yeah,
kind of
the
stuff.
train and all that stuff. And there have been some kinky things that have happened on that island. Some
Kinky?
movies, some interesting movies have been filmed on that island.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are they? And you have the entire library, I assume?
No,
Barry?
I don't.
Okay.
That's because you cut off access to the library.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Right.
But the point is that they are closing these islands because you have a few people, or maybe a lot of people, that just don't seem to care.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense because if you dock your boat in back of your house, you could take your garbage back. If you launch from a ramp, they have large trash cans, large bins out there. You can take your garbage and put it in the bin. You don't even have to bring it home.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I would like to think it's not by any stretch, not even 50%. It's literally 5% of people are just stupid, So I think the only thing you can do about that, because it ruins it for everybody when they close down the islands because some idiots, dumping their trash. I mean, the only thing we can do as a community, I think, is just, if you ever see that, yell at them. Peer pressure.
Not in Miami? You'll get shot.
What?
Yeah. You don't yell at other people.
Well,
They'll pull a
tell
gun
them,
out
like,
and
hey,
start shooting.
pick up your garbage and be out of gunfire range.
You can turn on 16 and you can call the Coast Guard
Well,
and say,
okay,
I'm
whatever.
over at this island. And
peer pressure, if you see people doing stupid stuff,
the best thing they could do right now is close these islands. And
That's not the best thing to do. I don't want them to close the islands.
Think about it. You're talking about peer pressure.
Yeah.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
So let them miss this weekend using the island. They're going to open it up again and see what happens. If they start trashing them up again, they will do the same thing again. They could put officers out there with binoculars, see who leaves the garbage, send a couple of out, and stop these people and do
Cameras.
their checks and issue the
Just set up cameras. Like red light cameras, and if you see someone, if they're dumping garbage, go after them. Have the FWC go after them.
Yeah,
I mean, but closing down the island, that's the idea that I hate that stuff. I mean, because everybody loses in that scenario.
Well, yeah, the people that do the right thing.
Yeah, they do the right thing. They should have access to be able to go there if they want to do it.
But you can't get into battles down here in Miami over something like that.
Yeah,
you will end up getting shot.
Well, that's
Miami. It is.
Okay. All right. Wear your bulletproof vest and turn them in.
Or just they're going to try it out and see how this weekend goes.
Yeah.
But
just put up some of them cameras. That's why I like some of them, like wildlife deer cameras up on a tree where they're not noticeable because, of course, they just cover them up or they.
I will show you the video of the people that are out there, and you see the TV news people out there, and they're videotaping these people, especially in their wave runners, and saying, "You're just going to leave your stuff there," and the guy just keeps doing what he's doing. Then he gets on his little wave runner and takes off. But if you videotape them, identify
them, then turn it into FWC and go after them.
Nothing happens.
Well,
it doesn't.
Well, once again, peer pressure. That's what I'm saying. We got to put more pressure on these people and expose them. Put their video up on YouTube, make it go viral, and then they're like, "Hey, there's the old litter bug guy." You know,
possibly something will happen. We will see.
Mike? Are you with us? What do you think about that? You like Barry's idea? Just turn them in, or do we need cameras? Or do you think it's that big of a deal, one way or the other?
I don't think it's a good idea to ever confront somebody because again, you don't know what they have or what they may do.
Right.
But certainly call the Coast Guard or call the authorities on Channel 16 or on your cell phone when you see things like that because when people are doing things like that, it ruins it for all of us.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But I just think public peer pressure. If you put their video of them dumping garbage, and then you identify them, and you put them out there, and you go after them. I mean, I think it can be a bit of a deterrent for that person.
I will go out. I will take you out either next weekend or the weekend after on a Saturday or Sunday. You come down here, and we will launch, and we will head down to those islands.
Yeah.
And I'll put you out in the bow, and if you see people leaving garbage, I will let you speak. I will hide behind my bulletproof little center console.
I would just set up a dummy, which is kind of redundant.
No. You're going to use You're going to tell them they are naughty for doing this, okay?
And then you put a speaker in them, and change it and make it more manly. Hey, you there! Stop littering. I don't know. Maybe that would work. They'd probably get it shot, but it'd be fun to watch and make a great viral video, wouldn't it? More coming up.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network. You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
You guys, where's Haley? She is on a boat in the marina, putting you in her rear view mirror. Boats have those, don't they?
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner, rounding out the crew as we navigate the latest boating news and information on this Memorial Day weekend. Barry going to spend it on the driveway.
Yep.
So he's going to get his boat prepped for when all the crowds leave and the gunfire subsides.
Yep.
I'm
going to sit out there.
I never really, considered, that issue. And I understand you don't want to confront people if they're littering and things like that. But you can, do it outside of gun range, I guess. Can't you, Barry, and still give them a little grief?
It would be nice. At one time it was like that. It just isn't like that here anymore. And as I said, I will be glad to bring you out there, and I'll even feed you lunch on the boat. Just so you don't go hungry, because I know you need your
all right. Well, so we're gonna get it like a mannequin. We're gonna put it on the bow.
Oh, stop being a mannequin. We're gonna put you up there on the bow.
No, we'll act like there's a mannequin that looks all official, and we'll dress him up, put him on the bow, and we'll have a speaker projecting out of it, and then I'll harmonize my voice so it's like, "Hey, you over there," sound like Mr. T or something,
Uh-huh.
Hey, pick up your garbage before I come over there and kick your ass.
Yeah, right.
And,
as I said,
intimidate them a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be on the deck, and then as low as possible.
And then if they're packing, they just take out the, take out the mannequin, Barry. It's all fine.
I believe there was, and I will go find the news story, but there was some kind of shooting on the waters recently. So
yeah,
it's just become sad.
Well,
it was
it is.
It wasn't like this.
But don't
in
you
the
think
past.
if the viral video would go online, if you had somebody was doing that, they would be a little, that might be a bit of a turn.
They have put it on the news. I mean, it's there. You watch these people on their stuff, and the newscaster says to them, "Are you just going to leave that there?" They don't say a word. They just lower their head and go away.
Right, but then if you
sent
like,
you the
if you
link.
get their picture and then their name and
They
shame
don't
them,
ca-
publicly
there's-
shame them.
There's millions of people down here.
I agree,
it's-
but you don't think that would be some bit of a deterrent? You don't think if people started really documenting that and their people and their
what they
faces?
tried to do there was they put signs up to remind people, take your stuff, and they thought that shaming them and all that would help a little bit.
Yeah.
It did nothing. That's the reason why they took the garbage cans away now. So now you don't have any place to dump the trash.
Mm-hmm.
So now what they're doing is just bagging it and leaving it there. It's as though they think that, hey,
It's a dump.
It's a dump.
Yeah.
I don't want to take it back on my boat. Well, those same beer bottles and cans came on your boat.
Well,
take them back with you.
Well, I agree, but I'm just trying to think the solution has to be better than shutting down the island for everybody.
I mean, you
That's
could put
what
up
my
some
point
kind of AI assisted
cameras. I just said cameras.
No, I was thinking AI assisted rifles up there.
No, you
that
put
if they
up.
see
You put
people,
up. Listen, you put up cameras, and maybe you put up a sign like, "Hey, littering, $5,000 fine," and and say area is under surveillance. So they, they read it, and then maybe I think that would be a pretty good deterrent over having someone on the island and telling people that anchor up like, nope, go away. Yeah, now you got to pay a security guard and everything else. Just the threat and the public shaming.
They will put on a mask and they will moon the camera and laugh.
Well, maybe they will, but it's like red light cameras. I think
you
maybe
don't know Miami.
Well, I'm sure you would have some people if they were going to go to that
If
much
you can
trouble.
identify them, if you don't see the numbers on the sides of their boats, how can you identify them?
Well, once again, you put that on the sign. You say you are under
Have
surveillance.
you seen me? Okay,
And,
so you could put their picture up on a billboard on the highways.
Mhm.
Have you seen this face? He's dumping his garbage.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
I just
someone will
think
turn-
most of the people that are doing this are just ignorant. They're stupid and they don't care, and they think
Well,
they can get
ignorant-
away with it. I don't think they're
ignorant
going to
would-
go. Hey, do you honestly think they're going to go to that much trouble? Like, I'm gonna put on a face mask and I'm going to take the number off the side of my boat so I can go dump this bag of garbage. I don't think that's what.
Well, they
is
do that
gonna
anyhow,
happen.
but ignorant
Yeah.
would indicate that they didn't know what the rules or the laws were. There are signs up there in multiple languages.
Yeah.
Pack your trash with you.
Right.
Take it away.
What?
They are not doing it.
Well, right, and if you don't, you are going to be fined this amount of money and publicly shamed or something.
So
as
what they're doing,
videotaping you.
at least for this holiday, which is a busy time on the water, because remember, a lot of these boats are going to be out for the whole weekend.
Right.
They're going to anchor up. I mean, I've
like
done
Mike
it.
the Mariner, he's
Yeah.
going out for the weekend. Yeah,
I've done that with the what's his name? Columbus Day Regatta.
Right. Okay.
Where I've anchored out there, but everything that was on my boat stayed on the boat. There was
Yeah.
no garbage thrown anywhere.
Well,
it
as
came
it
back
should
with
be.
me.
Yeah. Whatever you take, you bring back with you.
You bring
right.
back with you. It's
Right.
simple.
Mhm.
And then you have these beautiful islands to enjoy for your kids to play with. You don't
Well, yeah,
step on
if you're allowed
broken
to go,
bottles or anything.
if you're allowed to go on them, but if they shut them down,
this is the first time they're shutting them down.
Yeah,
and they're
well-
doing it during this busy holiday to try to get the message across that this will not be tolerated.
okay, I guess.
Hey,
I don't know.
When you're a bad person, you get punished, and we'll
yeah,
see
but
if
now,
you-
but that's not what's happening. Everybody's being
Everyone's
punished.
getting punished. Yeah. So if you're talking about peer pressure, the ones that do clean up are now going to say something to the ones that don't clean up. You see what you did.
But
We
then
missed
they're
out
going
on
to get
Memorial-
shot, according to you.
Well, they may, and that'll be in the news also. So then what you'll need is to hire more Marine Patrol. You could have one at each island, and there's only 4 islands.
Yeah,
so you
that's
can
a
have
lot.
one at each island, or one within the span of of where they are located.
Yeah, maybe.
You know,
I don't
if-
know. Having security guards at every island, I think, is a waste.
Well, no, I'm not talking about rent-a-cop.
Yeah.
I'm talking about real,
Yeah, but
Marine Patrol should be out there anyhow.
Well, once again,
And
do it with-
Miami has Marine Patrols. They can have them out there.
I guess maybe they can, but that seems like a lot. It seems like security detail.
That could be part of the fee that people pay when they launch their boats. When you buy fishing gear, a portion of that fishing gear money goes towards FWC.
Right, but once again, now you're talking about penalizing the people who are following the rules. That's what I'm telling you.
You're talking about everyone that uses the waterways and uses boats on these waterways pays a small portion towards making sure it's safe and clean for everyone.
Well, I agree to a certain extent, but once again, you're putting it on the people that are following the rules as opposed to going after the people that are breaking them. And
that's what they tried to do. Mm-hmm. But so far, it has not helped. It just goes in one ear.
They haven't done the camera
other.
thing, and they haven't done the sign.
No,
thing
they haven't done. Yes, the signs are out there. The cameras, I don't know.
Are the signs threatening a huge fine if they don't?
I will find out. I will go to those. I will find it out this weekend.
From the World of Boating has a solution.
Right.
That'll probably get him shot, but regardless, he was thinking you ought to just do this as opposed to shut down the island.
I'm just going to wear this while I'm out there looking for the cameras.
Oh, golly. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Greg on a stick. Yeah.
My name is Greg, and I think you should not be taking out this garbage.
You know what would happen if you
here.
took that out there? Yeah, you would drop it, and then I would be accused of littering because it's my face on
I
a
could,
stick.
make like 10,000 photos of that and drop it from a helicopter all over the place.
Way to kill the planet, Barry. Not ideal.
Mike has his own Greg on a stick.
Yeah, well, I get around evidently in ways I prefer not to. All right, well, look.
It goes everywhere the boat goes.
Yeah, okay. All right. I guess as long as it's responsible boating, I guess I have to be okay with it. All right, we're going to wrap it up for this Memorial Day weekend with that. Hopefully you're making the best of it as well, and we'll catch you next week. Till then, remember, whether it's sail or motor,
life is better as a boater.
Safe boating, everyone.
Barnacle-bitten swab. World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.